Welcome to Puerto Vallarta, paradise on Mexico's Pacific coast. This is part 2 of our videos exploring the Zona Romantica, Puerto Vallarta's iconic downtown, right by its waterfront. In our last video, we explored craft markets, did some tequila tasting, and wandered the lush Rio Cuale. Today, our adventures continue as we search for crocs, visit craft markets and museums, and stroll down Puerto Vallarta's colorful Malecon, all to tempt you to lose yourself in this tropical paradise. Let's go. So we finally found the spot where the crocodile is. It's right beneath the bridge here, the pedestrian bridge, and by the beach and at the mouth of the river. Just taking the sun. So this is the Mercado Municipal del Rio Cuale. This is another one of the places where you can buy your souvenirs here in Puerto Vallarta, and I think they even have eateries inside, so let's go check it out real quick. So I just found the food court here. It's located right over there on the second floor. So this is a 2-story flea market. So if you're hungry and you want some authentic Mexican food, you can totally find it here. These different restaurants up here, so you can get your souvenirs and also get your seafood in. The Mexican Pacific coast is renowned for its delicious seafood, and a trip to Puerto Vallarta can't be complete without having some fish tacos, locally sourced oysters, or perhaps a whole fish fillet caught right offshore in the Bay of Banderas. So we wound our way back towards the Malecon, and we're walking down towards the Maritime Museum, the Naval Museum here by Los Arcos, by the arches. I am a major naval history buff, and this whole region has such a rich maritime naval history. This whole coast is where many of the Spanish galleons were built that would cross the Pacific Ocean right here behind me, all the way to the Philippines on voyages of exploration and just really making the world a much smaller place. I'm actually pretty excited to see this. I didn't know that there was a maritime museum here in Vallarta. You would think it's counterintuitive with all the partying and the tequila drinking. And you know, the raicilla guzzling going on, but there's also that side of Vallarta too, so it's not all fun and games. The sea has always invoked a sense of adventure within me that has never really gone away. The Naval Museum of Puerto Vallarta has beautifully crafted ship models and historical artifacts that depict Mexico's relation to the oceans that surround it. I particularly enjoyed how detailed and lovingly crafted these models are. They're beautiful. So this is a miniature replica of what the Manila galleons would have looked like. Trading between the Philippines and the Far East and the Mexican Pacific coast was very profitable for the Spanish. You would take things like tobacco, chocolate, dyes, cochineal dyes from, southern Mexico, all the way across the Pacific Ocean to China, Japan, India, and they would bring back spices, silks, porcelain, lacquered jewel boxes from Japan, tea, all kinds of real luxuries from the Far East. So this was a very important coast, and it really meant that Mexico was connected with the broader world both hemispheres of the world, so the Pacific and the Atlantic seaboard. To be honest, the museum is a little sparse. It's only 2 floors with only a couple of rooms and some sparse artifacts. Mexico doesn't have like a very big navy, even though we have needed it throughout history to fend off naval invasions, which has always been the way that foreigners enter Mexico, by taking Veracruz and then going inland to Mexico City. But at 50 pesos, it's totally worth maybe bringing your kids here and like having them like see it, or if you're like a big naval history buff like I am, might be worth like the trip. A real sea dog. This really is a tropical paradise here by the Pacific Ocean. You can hear the roar of the waves here in the background. There's just so much beauty, and being on the Pacific coast, you get some of the best sunsets in all of Mexico right offshore from here. The Malecon is one of the most beautiful walks I have ever done. It is so well taken care of, and it's just surrounded by all these art shops and galleries, restaurants, bars. So a really lively place, very enjoyable place to come and explore. And that includes seeing the statues that line all the Malecon from one end to the other. This is one of the most iconic and popular spots in all of Puerto Vallarta to come and appreciate the art and get your picture taken, so you really can't miss this one. Now we are in Camarones Beach, Playa Camarones, just north of Los Muertos Beach and the Malecon, a little further north of the coast. Another long stretch of beach stretching from the edge of the Zona Romantica and downtown Puerto Vallarta towards the hotel zone, which you can see stretching along the coast behind me. So I hope you really enjoyed this video tour of Puerto Vallarta's downtown, La Zona Romantica. There's just so much to do in Puerto Vallarta, and especially in this flavorful, colorful, jam-packed zone. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, say hi in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. Know where you're from and what your experiences were here in Puerto Vallarta, or if you want to come here to Puerto Vallarta. Remember to subscribe to our channel to keep up with all of our adventures here in the Jalisco coast and all around the world. It really helps us to build this amazing community of ramblers and rovers just like you. So until our next adventures, keep on rambling and roving. Keep traveling, my friends. Adios.